especially if you're going to start leveling the jet line in the last phase where they started using jets in the 50s, late 50s, you know, like the Cold War, and the early 60s. Alright, so at first we're going to use our P-51 Mustang. Right here is an 18-second turn time. It's a decent dogfighter, but you don't want to fight things that are really good at turning, like the Spitfire, or if you see an A6 M series or A5 M series, which is your Japanese Zeros and all that. What they are is they're turn fighters. But what you want to do with your Mustang, and before you even get into battle, by the way, the cockpit's awesome in this. But it's always better if you're in arcade mode. You don't want to be out here because you know where the shots come from. By the way, I put custom decals on it too. Customize your plane. That's one thing you get. You get 2 extra decal slots for premium accounts. But you want to climb as high as you can because the tactic we're using is B and Z, boom and zoom. You get to a high altitude. These are fast planes. They got powerful engines. USA and Germany has those kind of planes. You climb up. You climb, you climb, you climb, and you climb. You don't want to slow down your speed too much. Sometimes, if you're at a certain angle, some planes will have something called a combat flap. You only use this when you're turning, or if you want to slow down really quick. Otherwise, your flaps will turn up, and then if you're going a certain speed. But your altitude will rise a lot higher. So we're going to sit at 3,000 meters for our altitude. Now, in this game mode is domination. In order to capture these points, you have to land your plane. Risky, right? So what we're going to do is put a shift up here. We're going to turn. Hold C button down if you're on the PC. And then we're going to look. I'm still climbing now. That's fine. But you also want to look at your surrounding area, make sure nobody else is creeping up on you. Know the plane you're going for. Know what they can do. It takes a while to get used to it. But if you're like a history buff on World War II planes when it comes to historical, you know, what kind of planes they are, their performance and all that, it's good to know who to pick your target. So if I go over that Spitfire, I better hit it and boom out of there. I don't want to dogfight it. But if I think I can dogfight it, I'll go down and I'll try to slow down. Looks like they're hitting our bombers over there. But I have not found a good target. Now, you don't get as many kills this way, but you do get some hits. See, I got a BF-109 over here. I might want to see if I can raise a little higher. He's already smoking. He probably climbed it. Oh, shit. And he turned and got cutting down. See, you never go directly. That was bad on my part. And that's what happens. I don't want to use my backup planes. I'll use my Spitfire. It's a little easier. I thought I was going to show you. That scared the shit out of me. I was just like, oh, fuck. I got hit. Oh, lordy. Spitfires, known for their turning. They don't have combat flaps, only for landing. You don't really want to use your flaps in combat because the turn rate is already pretty decent. As you can notice, that it turns rather quickly. Now, I have something called my gun conversion set at 400 meters, which when you get close to them, you want to start shooting around 0.4, or if it's any higher, you want to shoot ahead of the lead reticle, and you'll see the lead reticle once you get into range of your gun. So, I'm going to sit around this mid-level here, make sure nobody else comes at me. That P-47 is also a boom and zoom kind of plane, so I don't want to be in its direct line of fire, so I'm going to try to adjust, move to the left. If there's a P-38 there, I'll know I'll be able to dogfight with that. Most planes I should be able to, unless it's Japanese. And I'm going to start hitting it. I already got a critical hit. I hit his right wing. I'm going to turn. I'm going to make sure there's no other people behind me. Very maneuverable. You don't want to lose a lot of energy or momentum on your plane. 5, 4, and got the assist on that. And you don't want to hold down your guns. You'll risk jamming it. First off, and you'll run out of ammo, and you have to wait for the reload to happen. So we're going to get a little closer. And there you go. There's a target down. Very easy, right, guys? Alright, I don't want them cutting up on me. I'm going to maneuver. Try to make my profile small. I already got hit in the wings a couple of times. But I should be able to outmaneuver a lot of these planes. Be aware of all these planes coming at you. Turn, up, down, round, and I'm dead. See, a Japanese plane came up on me, very maneuverable. You gotta be careful. Try to leave your plane so nobody else is getting points on you. Let your pilot survive. Ah, balls. Oh well, I got at least one kill and a critical on that. That's fine. Sometimes I do really good and I start, dumping on them. It really depends on it, how many guys are in the area. Nobody's really trying to cap. But now since all my good planes are down, I had to be very careful. Everyone's going to be a lot more maneuverable. This plane has pretty good center fire. Since all the guns are located in the center, but I have a large profile. I'm going to be a lot easier to shoot down, but it's one of my last premium planes to gain some points, so if I can get some criticals with it or anything, I can get quite a few research points that I desperately need to unlock the rest of my bomber tree. We're going to climb a little bit on this. It's kind of in its tier, the 3.0 tier, as I call it. You pretty much boom and zoom with this as well. There's some dogfighting with this, but the best time for an enemy plane to shoot you down is when you're turning or banking. So this is banking, for example. So you want to be careful, very, very careful. See where that yak is moving. Try to count where he's moving. I'm going to start turning. I'm going to turn on my flaps as I'm turning up. You can retract your flaps or you're going to damage your wings. Turn on the flaps. Your turn's going to be better. But if you're going at a certain speed, you're pulling a lot of G's. And you're going to be seeing... Your eyes are starting to close. See, I'm already hit. And I'm going to get shot down. And you're going against all these other planes that can jack you up. All I got left are my Thunders. Here's definitely boom and zoom. You don't want to turn. They got the slowest turn radius. They're heavy fighters. You can outfit them with bombs and stuff. But you're pretty much either shooting down bombers or slower targets. You're picking up speed and then you're going out. Now, they're not fully upgraded. They got a lot of firepower, but you get in and you get out. That's what you do with these planes. In and out. In and out. You don't want to jack around with these. I'll probably get shot down. We'll see how this goes. Problem is, since I I was being careless with my good planes. I have to be careful with this. So sometimes they'll have planes in this rating themselves, unless they still have their good ones up. Sometimes going head to head is stupid. Just kind of get an idea where he's moving. I'm gonna use my weapon. You don't want to overpower it too much, especially if you don't have the upgrades. But I want to get in there. Damn it! That's another slow plane over there. But now I'm not going to hit any targets. I'm going to zoom past these planes. You see, very, very slow. I'm going to get jacked up. I don't want to dogfight. I should have just climbed, but someone's going to get behind me. So I'm just going to get what I can. Yep. And I'm down. That BF-109 got me again. It's a nice plane, that German plane. And like I said, I don't want to use my backups right now. That's for, I want to kind of collect them, especially if I'm having a really good match and I get shot down. I'm going to keep using it. But we're already, we might turn this match around, but they might blow enough of us up before we get to that point. Alright. Now, feel free to ask questions, especially if you're thinking about picking this up, at least trying it for a little bit. I just want to encourage you to at least give it a try, learn the tactics for each nation, and, get the hang of it. The mouse is very easy to control. I'm using a mouse. You don't have to use joystick. Actually, a lot of mouse players have a bigger advantage over joystick users. It's really all preference. If you use it on the PS4, you get the auto target, but still, it's good. So he's going to be picking up here. I'm already picking up speed. I thought I was going to clip him. I'm going to lead my shots just a little bit. See, he's going to outturn me. I'm going to turn on my flaps. Hopefully nobody shoots my... Yeah, someone's going to shoot me down because I'm so slow. I don't want to bank as much, but now I'm dead. But anyways, that's how that works. Since that was the last one, I'm going to leave the hangar. Make sure you leave the plane first before you do that so you can re-queue. And when the match finishes, it gives you all the points and stuff. It's the missions in progress or something, one plane down. With the bonus plane, I got a lot of lines for that. I'll get the bonus